What's up, YouTube friends and family? Welcome back to the vlog, to a new video. I know it's been a while. It has been a crazy few months. I actually had to go back on YouTube and see what my last video was so that I could remember what I need to catch you up on. So here we are. It's December 26th, the day after Christmas. It's nice to take a little bit of a breather. First off, how are you guys? I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and a great Christmas. Overall, life has been as busy as ever up here in Alaska, but luckily the weather for the most part has been really nice. We actually didn't get our first snow until sometime in November, but when it finally came, it was a pretty big snow. We got several inches and it pretty well has stayed ever since. Temperature wise, so far it has been a very mild winter. We've had several days that have been in the negative 15 and 20 range, but that's been about it. And then last week or the week before last, it actually got up into the positive 20s, almost to the 30s. It was so beautiful. It was nice. It was warm. It was not bad at all. But let's talk about what's been happening over the last few months. Like I said, September, October, and November have just flown by, and now December, it's nearly over. But the last video I uploaded was a two-part video about our trip down to Anchorage. We actually got to go down and spend a few days in Anchorage. And a couple weeks after that, I actually got to go back down to Anchorage to help with the Alaska Southern Baptist Convention annual meeting. Several months ago, I was able to meet one of the directors of the state convention. He had come up to North Pole for our local associational meeting that we were having, and we got to talked about live streaming and things like that. And he asked about our setup. Since the meeting was at our church, I actually was able to take him up to our sound booth and show him exactly what we were doing, how we were accomplishing the sound and the video and doing all the live streaming part of things. And then he asked if I would actually come back down to Anchorage to help with their live stream for the meeting. I actually got to lead worship for one of the sessions, just do a couple of songs, but it was a lot of fun. It was nice to get to know a few more people in the Southern Baptist Convention here in Alaska. And the funny thing is that next year, the annual meeting is actually at our church. So come September, I'm planning on having everything ready to go so that it's a smooth meeting, but it should be a lot of fun. Moving on. Next came the month of October, and it was busy as well. So you may remember that I'm now full-time at the church. I lead worship, but I also do a lot of administration as far as office work, stuff like that. That's because the previous person had started a new job with a homeschooling company called Idea, but for several months after her job change, she actually kept doing the finances for the church as a part-time basis. Well, in October, she decided that she needed to give that up as well. So she trained me, and now I had to learn QuickBooks and doing all the finances. It took a little bit, but I think I'm getting the hang of it after a couple of months. It's been interesting. But in addition to all that, we actually also had our annual youth conference, which for the last couple of years had been held here at our church in North Pole. But this year we went to Delta Junction, which is about an hour down the road. And I got to lead worship for that along with several of our band members. It was just a 2-day weekend thing, Friday night and Saturday, and then we came right back home. There were probably 60 to 70 teenagers there, plus probably 30 or 40 adults, so it was a good turnout. We had a lot of fun. And again, getting to know more people, building relationships with other churches, it's all good things. And as busy as that was, it was time for a little bit of relaxation. So we actually took a night where Chas and some friends of ours went to an axe throwing business, gym, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's easy because it's not. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's not as intimidating as you think it might be. So we went and did that. We had a great time. And then came November, which of course is the month for Thanksgiving. And it was, again, a busy month as usual, but it was good because we actually had our church Thanksgiving meal. Now, not everybody goes to that, but we probably had 30 or 40 people that came to the church Thanksgiving Day evening, and we had dinner together. We played board games, which was a lot of fun. Those of you that have played Resistance with us know what I'm talking about. We got a group of 8 to 10 people to play that, and oh, it was so much fun. And I think it's important for our church to have things like that because being a military community for the most part, we do have several longtime members that they live here. They're going to stay here. But we have a lot of people that are in the military and they're away from home, kind of like we are. They can't just go down the road and see family during the holidays. And I think this is one of the most important reasons for a church to be a family, to have that family atmosphere, because that's what we're supposed to be. We're the children of God, brothers and sisters in Christ. So I think it's great that we can come together in that capacity, especially in these times when we are away from family and can't just go visit really easily. You know, we just had Christmas yesterday, and I made sure to call Mom and talk to her and chat with her and, you know, just kind of check in and see how everybody was doing. But it's not the same as getting together physically. So yesterday we got together with some friends and, again, had dinner, played some games, and just had a good time. And yeah, it was great. As much as I miss family, and I can't wait to be able to go visit them again or have them come visit us because we're in Alaska, it was great to be able to get with them and just hang out and have a good time and not feel too alone. Some people have a really hard time with that. Alaska can sometimes have this feeling of being alone, being isolated, especially with all the darkness. Speaking of which, a couple of days ago was actually the winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year. And I'm so mad at myself though, because I had a time lapse of the day that I had recorded on my phone, and I had put it into my video editing software, but apparently something happened because I had deleted it off my phone, and now the file is missing in the software. So I'm so mad about that. You know, the sun does not get very high over the course of the day at this time of year. And, you know, so it just doesn't get really bright. And it only lasts for a few hours, but from this point forward, we are gaining daylight. And before we know it, the sun will be out at midnight again. Not sure which one I prefer more. Another big thing that happened was COVID finally hit our church. We actually ended up canceling Sunday school last week, and we're not going to have Sunday school again this week, but we still have worship service in person for those that can make it. You know, churches have had to deal with this all year in different ways, and you know, we've been blessed and thankful that we haven't had this mini outbreak sooner, but you know, we move forward and we keep going. And the last thing I want to talk about is something that we finally got to do. We had meant to do this last winter and never got the chance. Maybe we're a little bit lazy about it, I'm not sure, but we finally got to see the Northern Lights. So I'm going to throw some pictures up now. Now these are edited, but these pictures were taken with our phones. If it's not on your bucket list to come and see that it's something that you should do. Now, I will say that these pictures actually look brighter than you actually saw them with the naked eye, but it was still a really amazing thing to see. And we plan on doing it again, but I think that gets you caught up. I'm going to try my hardest to get back into the swing of doing vlogs. I will admit that I've been a little bit lazy about it lately, not on purpose, but hopefully this next year, 2021, will be a whole lot different. It better be different than 2020. I'm sure we can all agree on that. But like I said, overall, things are going great here in North Pole, Alaska. We miss everybody down south, but God is blessing and He is growing us in different ways. And you know, it's just like I said when I first started this vlog, it's all about wherever He leads us. That's what we're going to do. We're going to follow Him no matter what. So we thank you for your prayers, your thoughts, and your support, and we will see you in the next video.